Welcome back to the Rich Carroll program. I am your host, Rich Carroll. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. If I could, I would like to take you back to 2016, after President Trump had won the election, and even though Hillary Clinton had won the popular vote, she lost the election. Do you guys remember the groundswell of voices that were saying at that point that we needed to abolish the Electoral College? If you remember, even President Trump himself said that he would like to move to a popular vote system. But there was a large course of people saying, you know what, maybe we just need to move to the popular vote system, because that would better reflect the will of the people. The people did not want Donald Trump, and so we need to move over to majority rules. So you give it some time, and that died down. But then I found this piece in the Daily Signal titled, "Electoral College Foes Continue Push to Make Popular Vote Winner President." Now, it was kind of surprising to me because two states, Arizona and Maine, there was a push to get on the ballot an initiative to join the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact. And what this compact would do is it would signal that the particular state supports moving to a popular vote system over the Electoral College. The Daily Signal further reports, under the compact, states that join agree to award their electors to the presidential candidate who wins the nationwide popular vote, even if the candidate loses that state. Advocates say this plan would keep the Electoral College in place, reflect the national popular vote, and not require amending the Constitution. Now, currently there are 11 states, and the District of Columbia have signed on to this compact. And believe it or not, it's not just left-wingers who are supporting this. This story, they interviewed a guy named Ray Haynes, who is a Republican who also supports this compact as well. And Ray is a former Republican member of the California Senate, and he is the current national spokesman for the National Popular Vote Incorporated. He makes a very good, Mr. Haynes, he makes a very good argument in favor of a popular vote system, one that I have never heard. He makes the case that in a state like California, during an election, currently under the Electoral College system, basically the votes of Republicans and conservatives doesn't count. So why would they even want to turn out for the election, a presidential election, when they're just going to be absorbed by the Democratic vote in California? He makes the case that under a popular vote system, their vote, they would actually have incentive to get out and vote, because their vote would actually go towards a certain candidate, a Republican candidate, thus giving them a better chance at winning. And I'd never thought of it like that before. He makes a good point. But in the same story, Tara Ross, who is a retired lawyer, points out that Hillary Clinton's popular vote victory over Donald Trump resulted almost entirely from California and New York. Well, that right there, that pretty much makes the case for the Electoral College, because you look at states like California, New York, Texas, Florida, states that have a large concentration of people. Why would a presidential candidate want to go to the middle of the country where you don't have the numbers these other states do? Why would they want to go there when they can just focus on a handful of states and the big cities in those states and completely ignore the rest, like the Midwest? Why would they even want to go to the Midwest? So what the Electoral College does is it makes presidential candidates have to campaign in some of these other states so they can win their electors versus just focusing solely on the numbers. So that right there it basically proves the point, the very reason we have the Electoral College. Let's see here. The plan, the National Popular Vote Compact, is just 98 electoral college votes shy of becoming a reality. And just like 270 electoral college votes are needed to win the presidency, the consensus is once the national popular vote compact reaches 270, then that's when you will have America shift, I guess, to a popular vote system. However, one person quoted in the story, J. Christian Adams, who is the president of the Public Interest Legal Foundation and a former Justice Department lawyer, says that a popular vote compact would be unconstitutional. In Article 1, Section 10 of the U.S. Constitution, it says, "No state shall, without consent of Congress, enter into any agreement or compact with another state or with a foreign power." And to bring some more context to that, Bob Hawthorne, a retired resident of Scottsdale, Arizona, said that states are free to enter interstate compacts providing they do not interfere with the sovereign rights of another state. And when you think about it, if you had a popular vote system and you had a handful of states basically deciding for the rest of the country who's going to be the president, would that not make the case that the sovereign rights, the electoral rights of another state is being violated? So you are almost guaranteed to have litigation should this compact be adopted by the required majority of states. And basically why I wanted to make you guys aware of this is because even if you do support a popular vote system, at least understand why we have the Electoral College in the first place before we go abandoning it. And I have in my sources section a couple of links that you can, videos to watch, articles to read. You can do some homework, do some digging on why we have the Electoral College system and the benefit it has given to the United States. So I just encourage you guys to check that out and know why we have that in the first place. Guys, I'm Rich Carroll. Thank you for tuning in again. God bless.